What's up, everybody? Back with Orange Paladin TV, just testing this whole thing out. Just wanted to just do a quick little video, just do a video, honestly, because I just have something on my mind. I just kind of want to talk about it. Don't really have a script to really go off of, but as the title card says, just annoying things new players have to deal with in Smite. Now, I've been playing Smite for a good while, especially since, the quarantine started. And one thing that I can tell you as a new person coming into Smite, especially in the game mode that I'm playing right now, Conquest, it can be a real pain. I mean, a real pain to deal with. Not knowing like really what you're supposed to do in terms of like, the different positions that you're supposed to play. That's not even the real issue. The issue really comes from the community of the people that play this game, which I'll elaborate on and get into, as the video plays out. Just me commentating over a game that, I played in Smite, Conquest game where I am playing Hell as a support character. So the first thing that I hate that I want to talk about is the community within itself in terms of how you build your person. Now, I'm not a ranked player, I'm not a top tier player, and I'm not pretending to be one. I'm not trying to become one. I play the game because I enjoy it and I play it for fun. The thing I hate the most is I would be in the support line with Hell, and for me, support means to keep the other person alive. I'm not supposed to be out here getting kills. I'm not supposed to get like the triple penta kills or whatever. I'm supposed to do my part in keeping my carry alive in the dual lane, and so we can push and do whatever we need to do throughout the game. And I hate when I get those carries that are like, oh, as you can see, I got tier 1 boots and I got Guardian's Blessing. I hate the ones that are like, oh man, can you please build damage? Can you build damage? Like, why are you building Hell that way? I'm building Hell this way because it's how I want to build her for the support role that I play. I usually go, pretty good on defense before I in turn go into like maybe a little bit of damage, but I still tack more defense on top of it, just so when I get into those team fights, Hell's range isn't amazing, so when I'm going in to heal, I have to really put myself in harm's way to get a heal off, especially her area heal, which does tick damage. As you can see, like, I'm missing a lot of heals, but I have to really get in there to use my 2 ability to really go in and heal. So for me, in order for me to really do that, I like to build the defense up so that if I do get caught in something, I have enough time to react and to get out of it. And in doing so, I feel like I can heal my allies so that they can, in return, get out of a sticky situation or, have more health to go ahead and push a little bit more to get a kill. I've done it. Like, I've had like somebody tell me, oh, can you go damage? And just to appease them, I didn't want to deal with it. I went damage as support with Hell. I did more damage, but as a healer, I got focused and I got destroyed. Every time in a team fight, they focused me, killed me, and the whole team gets wiped because I'm not there to do what I'm supposed to do. So that's one thing that I do hate. Like, it's one thing for you to be like, hey man, here's a suggestion, this item really works great on Hell, you should try it out. Versus, oh, you don't know how to play, you don't know how to build, you need to do this. It's really super annoying to deal with. And it really like it really puts me in a bad position where it's like, man, do I even want to play this game anymore? Because I enjoy it, I'm having fun with it, but the fact that people tend to, throw their weight around to, like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. It's really frustrating, especially coming in as a new player when you're trying to get your bearings and just, figure out your place in the game, instead of playing somebody else's place in the game. So that's one thing, like, that annoys me with when it comes to Smite. That's the biggest thing. But another thing that annoys me is there's 3 lanes. There's the dual lane, which I'm in, which is support carry. The mid lane, which is, you know, usually run by a mage. And you have the solo lane, which is all the way on the other end, and it's supposed to be just, I've seen a variety of people in there, but to me, if I were to do it, I would probably pick a tank to go in there just so I can have the damage resistance and be able to stay out for as long as I can, especially if I get ganked, then that puts you in a 2v1 situation. But one thing I hate though is that if somebody is having a bad start to the game, like I've had people who went like 0-4 early on in the game, and they automatically after that they want to surrender. Now, like I said, I'm not amazing at this game. I won't pretend to be amazing at this game. But I feel that if you are having a hard time, and this is just my logic. I'm not an expert at this game. I play video games, but I'm not an expert at all at this game. But the logic for me is if I'm in the mid lane by myself, because I do play mid with Hell a little bit. If I'm in the mid lane by myself, going up against, let's say, Kukoken, I hope I'm saying that right, I'm probably not, which honestly he's a pain to deal with within itself, and he's hitting me with a whole bunch of magical damage and I can't do it, I'm going to go ahead and, you know, dip into a little bit of defense, you know, to be able to help with that. I'm not going to go all out and just pick all damage, because for me, it's never worked for me to have all damage. Like I said, I'm not great at the game, so me having a little bit of defense to help me survive works wonders. And I like to play safe. I double warded there. That was a mistake. I saw he had a ward, but his ward is kind of running out, so it's good that I put it there. I don't know if that's a good spot, but I figured I'll do it anyway. But when I play mid, I like to sit back and, you know, play my opponent. For me, it's like chess. So if I see my opponent, like, you know, trying to charge in, I back up a little bit and I force them to make a stupid decision. Once I do that, you know, like I get them in the tower or anything, I could then use my abilities with Hell to damage them and get the kill and be able to push a little bit and have my minions really push on the top. I don't understand that too though. If you put a ward up and I've seen it but it disappeared, I know they can't see the wards, but if I see it, I should be able to destroy it. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, no, and then it's like, why surrender in the game in the first place if, you know, like you have a bad start. I've had starts in games where I went like 0-3 and it wasn't looking good. They destroyed our towers and we're pushed back into Phoenixes, but the team just rallies up and we push forward, we get a team wipe, and we win the game because of it. So for me, early surrenders are really super annoying and something that I don't really like to deal with. That was a nice kill right there for me. Good assisted kill, even though I kind of just went in there and stole it. Didn't mean to, but it happened. But yeah, early surrenders are never really like my way to go, because it's like, why am I surrendering early when we have a shot at winning? I recently discovered what the numbers are at the top of the game, and they're the kills. To me, those numbers don't matter. I've won games where we were down in kills, but because we had one good push, we ended up pushing the Titan and win the game because of it. So yeah, so basically the early surrender is something that I just absolutely do not enjoy about Smite whatsoever. That's definitely a thing. So I could bring up another point of things that new players definitely hate in Smite is, I mean, I guess I can say the crybabies. This kind of goes into my first argument a little bit, but the crybabies are definitely like an over-the-top kind of thing. I really wanted to get that kill on Emoji right there, but it just, oh, we did get it. Okay, cool. But I really hate people who point fingers. Like I said, I'm not the best player at this game. I won't pretend to be the best player at this game. And I do understand that it's a team-based game. And sometimes I mess up. I miss a rotation. I don't know how to, I still don't know how to really properly rotate, but I'm learning, you know what I mean? And I'm giving myself that time to learn, you know, the movements and what to do and what not to do in this game. And I guess I hate like when you have a solo laner who's that was bad. I don't know what I could have done there. Watching it now, maybe I could have used my cleanse to you know, like immune myself, but I think I was stunned from using it at the time. I just started like using her 2 ability like to a point where it's like, oh, that's a good ability, you know, because before I was like, oh, it's trash. I'm not gonna use that, but it's really good. So, but where was I? See, this is the problem with not writing stuff down and staying on topic because you're all over the place. Like I said, I just felt that I wanted to record a video and, you know, put a video up there, or, you know, just test this right now to make sure like everything is working. I'm using pretty crappy video editing software, and I guess, you know, we'll see. I'm gonna, you know, check the quality of it and everything. I might still upload it just because I haven't uploaded on this channel in so long that I just want to put a video up there. Like, I want a new video up there. But yeah, no. So solo lane would be losing the fight. You know, they'll be losing, and out of nowhere they're like, oh, they start looking at the board and be like, oh man, jungle doesn't know what they're doing. Jungle, you're supposed to come in and do this. I get like being like, hey guys, you're probably new. Just help me a little bit more, you know, just be polite about it, just help me a little bit more, because honestly, I play casual, and it's amazing how many people in casual are like the tryhards, like the ones that are like, oh, I'm God in this game, and I'm amazing, and you have to be that, not you're trash, you should uninstall it. If you feel that way, and if you're gonna act like that, why are you in the casual mode? Why aren't you playing ranked? Like, I feel like that's a point where you should play rank, climb up in the things to get to that level. To me, people that are like that are not good at rank, but are amazing at casual play, but they suck at rank, basically. And to me, it's like, come on, like, there's just no need for that kind of negativity in the game at all, especially like in a casual game, you know, playing casual in a game like Smite. Like, I get there's team-based things that you have to do. Like I said, I'm not perfect. There's things that I mess up. There's rotations I miss a lot of points. But at the end of the day, like, it doesn't warrant for you to just, you know, just be a jerk about things. So that's the one thing I do hate. And it really, like, and I'm putting it on this list because it really discourages new players. Like, I've had people where I'm in a carry lane, in the dual lane, and the carry will die, or he'll do something stupid, he'll push it hard, and then you can just tell, like, he'll write a message and be like, oh, I'm sorry, man, and the morale just goes down. You could feel it, and I just be like, yo, it's okay, man, it's just a game, like, we're playing to get better. I could have healed you there, or I could have tried to, like, help you push, you know, deeper in the thing, but you know, it's not just on you, you know, like, you saw an opportunity that I didn't see. We just have to communicate better. But you can tell the morale just gets crushed when people are like that in video games, and it forces people not to play the game. Which, honestly, if you're a fan of this game and you want this game to thrive and everything, the worst thing you could do is be a jerk online to people who are trying to get the game. You know what I mean? Like, that just, it doesn't sit well with me, and I hope that we can be better as a gaming community and just not people all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a video game. It's not like you're making millions of dollars off of this. You know what I'm saying? It's not like this is your career. Some people make a career out of this, but in casual play, I don't really think that it's not going to matter. It's not your career. Another thing that is new that I'm going to talk a little bit about, that was a nice kill, by the way. I love that. Something else I'm going to talk about, getting away from the community, because I feel like I've been talking about them a lot. Because that's the biggest thing about Smite that people hate. One thing I'm going to say about it that new players hate, the items. Now, you might be thinking like, oh, the items are, you know, like an integral part, it's simple, it's easy, but there's certain things that the items do that I never fully understood. Like, it took me a while to grasp what items work well and what doesn't. For example, the build I have now, I want to remember off the top of my head, let's see if I can. I got Guardian's Blessing, Shoes of Focus, Breastplate of Valor, Genji's Guard, I want to say it is. I think it's Genji's Guard. And I picked those because I feel like, and this, it goes back to the community, like people say like, oh, Hell is supposed to be built for damage, which I don't know if she is or not. She might be built for damage. I don't want to play her that way. I've had plenty of games where I did a lot of healing with, like, you know, the build that I normally go with, you know, like where I kind of try to balance it out as best as I can. So I go boost because of the movement speed early in the game, and I've had a nice person actually in the Smite community playing the game is like, hey man, at the start of the game you should really get boosts early. Like boots helps out a lot. So I started doing that, and I see just that extra movement speed really helps out a lot. So I try to rush boots, and the Shoes of Focus, the mana on top of it is really good for health because as you can see, I'm switching in and out of stances. I'm using a whole lot of mana, using all different abilities. And that's why I really like her as a character. She's a really fast-paced character, and she's a healer, which I love healing in any video game. Like, my criteria is like, oh, can I heal in the game? If I can, I'll play it. If I can't do it, I'm gonna leave it alone. But yeah, so the items that I picked up, like, noticing that with Hell, I need to really focus on her cooldown reduction because switching in and out of the forms, when I use all the abilities, I want to switch to my other form, be able to use them, switch back, and they're still done. So it's kind of like I can use all the abilities, like I can deal out a little bit of damage, and I can deal out some heals, and I can go back to damage, back to heals kind of thing. Understanding that certain things have caps. Well, actually, I think all the moves have caps and everything, which is another important aspect of playing, you know, with different caps. And just finding like what builds work for what gods, you know, like I was trying to build King Arthur, and to this day I just don't know what works well with him. I've been doing different experimentations on it, and a part of me doesn't want to look up a build really because I kind of want to experience it for myself. I don't want to look up a build and be like, oh, I'm just going to use that build. I'm not going to get anything else. You know what I mean? Like, for this build, for example, I figured I'll go boots. I used to go auras with Hell, but auras didn't give me enough defense to heal. And in terms of my allies not getting the auras, I feel like I can heal them enough. Like, I trust in my ability somewhat to heal them. So I go less into that, and I feel like everybody should get a little bit of defense in their builds in this game, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. I could be wrong, but that's just how I play the game. Like I said, I'm not perfect. You know, yeah, and then I picked up physical defense, magical defense, and then I picked up the Lotus Crown, I think that is. Because every time I heal, it has a shield of protection on them, which is also why I kind of stopped getting the auras to help the teammates, because I can heal them and put a shield on them. Even if it's for a brief moment, I can always put it right back on, because it really doesn't have a cooldown that I read that has anything. So yeah, the items are definitely like something that's confusing to go off of, and you know, just to kind of like figure out. You know, it took a while for me to kind of get it, and even then I still don't fully understand it, but I'm getting there. Like, one of the items I put in this build is worded in a way that it made me think that it doesn't work for Hell. It's something that increases the healing of nearby gods' abilities, but that's how it's worded. And if it says something like increases all healing abilities and nearby healing abilities for gods, then it's like, oh, it increased Hell's healing. But because it didn't say that right there, that's why I love the move. I just kind of muted myself from the tremble. So that's why I started using it a lot more. I think it's really good. But yeah, like if it would have been worded differently for me to fully understand what was going on, then I would have had a different perspective of what it was. That was really stupid. I should have backed off, and I should have just left it alone. But let's see, I went into a bunch of stuff. Like I said, this is all over the place. I need to get more organized. I really need to get more organized, and I will. It just might take some time. But another thing I can say that new players hate in Smite is the jungle. the jungle is something that is foreign to new players. Like, I don't jungle. I tried jungling, and every time I jungle, the community, with all its love and glory, just bashed me for how bad I am in the jungle. It sucks though, because actually, you know, I'm glad I said that, because it's gonna segue into something that new players also hate in Smite. But yeah, the jungle is just a beast. There's so many different things that you have to do, have to focus on. The ganking that you need to understand, the rotations. It's a lot of things that you have to go through and that you have to do inside the jungle. And it's almost to me it's almost ridiculous how much stuff that you have to spend. Like, and then like if the other jungler at a higher level than you, he's gonna get up higher level and he's just gonna do more damage to you. He can gank you inside the jungle. It's a tough job to do. My brother actually, he's in the game too. He's playing jungle and he's gotten good in the jungle. Surprisingly, I still don't understand it, but he's got a good grasp on it to where he can, like, he can do his thing. He's not perfect in the jungle, but he's getting there. Like, I see in the future he's gonna be a beast in the jungle. Like, real talk, he really is. But that leads into another thing I have to say is man, I can't even remember. See, this is why I need to write stuff down before I like turn on the mic and start talking, because my mind wanders and it's just like word vomit. Everything just comes out. And this video is like, I think I got like 15 minutes left in the video, so I'm trying to get everything out in one video. But it has something to do with the jungle. And oh yeah, no, I don't remember now. So when we first started playing, you know, new players, we played Arena, and that's all we played. We didn't touch no other game mode. We just played Arena. So, you know, I can't remember how it happened or when we decided to, but at some day we were just like, you know what, let's play Conquest. So we played in Conquest, and you know, of course, I went support, and I think my other position was mid lane, or was it? No, it was carry, because I didn't know the difference between the two, and I felt like, you know what, I just want to be a support. So my secondary was anything, and through that process of going into Conquest, I cannot tell you how many times I've had somebody tell me in the early stages of me playing Conquest, oh, you guys, you are noob, you need to go back to Arena, noob hell, go back to Arena, noob Sylvanas, because I use Sylvanas too, I just don't use hell. Hell is just my main god that I use. But, and you know, I got a couple more, but hell is my main god. But yeah, and it's like, to me, it's like, I can go back to Arena, but I'm not gaining anything if I'm not playing Conquest, because Arena and Conquest are two different modes. Arena is a mode where you can build all damage. Arena is a mode where, honestly, as hell, I excel in a little more, because all Arena is team fighting, which I don't want to learn about team fighting. I want to learn about this game mode, and the way to learn about this game mode is to play the game mode. But the community, once again bringing that up, is so toxic that I don't know, it's like they don't want anybody to play their game. And honestly, if y'all want that, Smite won't exist anymore. If that's something that you guys want, Smite will be gone. I don't know if that's, you know, the goal or anything, but it's ridiculous on how bad the community is. But yeah, Arena doesn't teach you how to rotate. Arena doesn't teach you about the jungle. Arena just teaches you about your god's abilities and how to fight in a team, which honestly, like, we've only played that mode, me and my brother, and that's it. We haven't played anything else. So that's definitely another thing that new players definitely hate in Smite. But you know, unless something comes off the top of my head, I really don't have nothing, so I guess I'll just talk more about Smite. See, this is normally what I go with. I'm picking a little bit more defenses. I want to be a little more tankier, which, honestly, leave me alone about how I want to build my god, please. Like, I play a certain way. Like I said, I'm not great at this game, so extra defense is beneficial to me. I am better to the team if I don't die. Like, and I feel defense helps me with it. And I've always had the philosophy that defense wins games, so that's how I like to play. But one thing I do need to, and that's another thing too, the relic system, and you know, like your different relics that you can have is another beast within itself. Everything in this game is like something you have to learn. Like, I still don't know how to fully place wards like that. I don't know if the vision ward is good. I like to kind of keep it for as long as I can, just to help out. And then normally I'll go into what I think it's the Belt of Frenzy that it increases the damage of allies and stuff. I think so. That's good. That helps us, especially with a push on like the Phoenix or even the Titan. Like if we're at the end of the Titan with a team wipe, before the team revives itself, I'll bust out the ability and I will, you know, just do the damage like that, you know, and have it going and everything. But yeah, you know, that's how, you know, everything be. But in this game, I guess I'll just start commentating this game. Cause like I said, like this is just all over the place. I need to get my, you know, writing out and actually write out the guidelines so I can stay on topic. I guess I'll go through my thought process there. Obviously, I did all the majority of things, so I kind of tried to clean it, but at the same time, I wanted to be super safe about things, which honestly was really tough for me, like, because I didn't want to just go in and get killed as the healer. I want to be able to stay alive and do my job, which I feel like, you know, I did a pretty good job at. I mean, we got a decent amount of kills. I know I probably wasn't in there healing like that, but I feel like I did something, you know, like, and yeah, it was it's a good time. Healing up here, figure go over here. I wanted to see if the thing was there. I can't remember. I don't know if that's a Gold Fury or the Omni Giant, but I definitely wanted to see if we could take that out just to get whatever buff it gives. I still don't understand what the buffs give or what they do in the game at all. But yeah, for the most part, I don't understand anything about this game. So right now we're taking on the Fire Giant. I want to get Cupid a little heal. And my goal with the Fire Giant, and with turrets, like I build hell like this so I can be the one taking advantage with the healing and the little bit of damage that I can do, because at the end of the day, I feel like hell still does a decent amount of damage. With the items that I have, I feel like she does a decent amount of damage, and I got a decent amount of sustainability to stay into a fight. Like, as you can, I died 5 times this game. I think that says 5. I can't even remember. I think it was 3 or 5 times. It was somewhere between there. But if I didn't build this way, I'm telling you right now, I would have like 13, 14, 15 deaths, which is not beneficial to the team, because then at that point I would be feeding the enemy team. And as you can see, it's at this point in the game where I just get lost. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to rotate, so I really just focus on like letting my minions push, trying to take theirs out, backing up, playing super safe, you know, making sure that I don't die or get myself in a messed up situation. Right here, I'm actually, what am I doing? Okay, I'm buying that. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Okay, I sold my boots. Oh, I'm buying the elixir of speed. And what item am I picking? Shield of regrowth. Okay, shield of regrowth gives you extra health. Now, I buy this ability because hell really doesn't have an escape ability. So for that ability, when I heal myself, I get a 40% increase in speed. Like, look how fast I'm moving right there. That's my getaway ability. So, and it works in tangent with my healing, which is why you see me with the Rod of Eclipses, something like that, the Lotus Crown, and a Shield of Regrowth. It just synergizes with hell, to me, really well, and in terms of the healing. And in her stances, she, I think, is 10% more damage when she's fully in her dark stance, and I think it's 10 or 20% more healing when she's in her light stance, which is perfect. And it kind of makes me like, man, I really hope that they don't nerf hell. they already nerfed some guys that I use. Like I started using Oler and he got nerfed less than a day when I started using him. Aphrodite is another person who I kind of use, and she got nerfed with her healing. But I see her a lot, and she still does her thing. So I guess it's not too bad of a healer. But like I said, I'm terrible at the game. And I've been playing Hell so much that that's really the only god I can really use. Other than Sylvanas, I could use Sylvanas too, like pretty well. I think maybe I'll upload gameplay of me using Sylvanas, and you guys can you know, tell me if I'm trash or not with them. But you probably say I'm trash because of the build I did and how I'm playing. But today I got to say, like, I'm having fun with the game. I really don't care. This is how I like to play it. You can say what you want. I'm very safe, defensive kind of person, which is why I like playing support. Because I like to be that safe, defensive person. And, you know, try to get in on the wins. I don't know what I'm doing here. What am I doing? Oh, I'm getting the Builder Frenzy. Maybe I shouldn't have stopped to do this, but I felt like if we had that, we could get a good push going on. So that's why I did it, just in case, so we can get that good push if we could. So as you can see, like, I'm getting a little more aggressive because I see how far they pushed us in, and I really want them to get pushed back. So I'm trying to heal my people to keep them up so they can keep pushing. As you can see, the right lane is getting the Phoenix is getting destroyed in the right lane. So my goal as a support is to make sure that that doesn't happen, which is something I need to get better at. I need to pay attention to the map to make sure stuff doesn't happen like that. And like I said, after that, it's like, what else to do? This is the point where it's like, I don't know what to do in this situation. What can I do to help this team? I don't want to push, you know, super heavy. I don't want to, you know, like, try to push in, get their Titan, you know, and kill the Titan. Especially by myself. I'm alone right now. Pele's moving up, but it's like I'm skeptical. I don't want to do anything to put myself in the position to where, oh man, I'm gonna die. Especially like if we get jumped 2v5. That's not something I want to do. My job, or what I think my job is, or what I like to think it is that I'm alive to try to keep you guys alive. But I can't keep you guys alive if I'm putting myself in a situation to die. You know what I mean? Like, if I see a team fight, I read team fights. If I see a team fight of somebody who's level 14 going up against somebody who's level 18, 16, one-on-one, I'll go in there and I'll help that fight. But if you're going into a 3v1 situation, I'm not gonna really, I'll try to do something safely, but I'm not gonna, like, see right here, like, I'm trying to do something safely, but there's no point in me dying as well. You know what I mean? Like, that's just one less person to defend. That's how I like to try to read, like, if I should go into a team fight or not. Like I said, I will always try to do something, but I don't want to put myself in a situation to where I'm just going to die. So that's my whole logic behind everything and how everything is going, which honestly is something that new players definitely hate too. And as you can see, we did lose this game. I wanted to include this gameplay because I feel like I played pretty good, and I wanted to showcase that as a new player in Smite, you're going to lose a lot of games, especially Conquest. Like, my thing is, don't get discouraged by the community. Don't do, you know, there's some good people out there. Like, I've had games where it's not all bad. I've had games where there's some great people. I actually got a couple of friends added, you know, that are actually, you know, decent folk. So right now, like, I can't really see it, so, because the screen small as I'm commenting over this, but showing my stats looks like 6-5. I don't know, I could be wrong. Just, there's my kills. I'm just gonna say it's my stats, my build. If you want to try out this hell build, you can. How much healing I did, my stats right here. You know, like I said, if you want to try it out and everything, cool.